What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. I've been getting lots of questions from returning players of exactly where they should go. So this isn't a full tips and tricks videos for returning players, as I do have lots of those on the channel already. However, this is a straight up where to start based off of where you came from. Now, first things first, if you came from the Nightmare 4 era, or the Nightmare era period of Dungeon Defenders 2, you're going to remember the skill spheres and the passives on gear. Those are now changed, and they've basically been combined into shards. So now every defense, every armor piece, every item has shards associated with it. For example, the Proton Beam, we've got Frosty Beams, Destruction, and Defense Rate. 3 very solid shards for it. On, let's say, this chest piece, we have Bulwark, increasing the armor, Jackpot, and Power Gambit. Most of you will remember these as being passives back in the Nightmare 4 days. However, passives have left the building, and they are now all shards. Now, if you are returning directly from Nightmare 4, the place for you is going to be in between Chaos 2 and Chaos 3. So if you're real comfortable with your heroes and what you're doing, by all means, go right to Chaos 3. If not, start off in Chaos 2 and work your way forward from there. Now, currently in the game, there is the Expeditions mode and the Onslaught mode as the two main forms of progression. You can use either of these modes to progress through the game, but know that the maximum loot that you can find dropping in the game does drop in Chaos 7. Now, there is a possibility on higher Onslaught floors to upgrade to Chaos 8. That's a whole nother video altogether. However, the best loot you can find is Chaos 7. You can get that in Expeditions. Chaos 7 Expeditions obviously would be the highest. Or in Onslaught mode. The Chaos 7 gear, the low end of it will start dropping around floor 55 in Onslaught. So once again, if you're a returning Nightmare 4 player, go to Chaos 3 and give it a shot. If you have a problem with Chaos 3, back it up to Chaos 2 and go ham from there. Now, another important thing to note, if you are a returning player from the Nightmare 4 era, is there are now hard counters in the game, which are on one of the loading screens and pop right up for you, which is very, very nice. You want to pay attention to the Chaos enemies. You have to either counter the Chaos enemies by using the defense that will counter that particular enemy, or using a mod. Now, that backs us up to... These are not passives on the gear again, these are now mods. You can move these around. Once again, a whole nother video. Your focus right now should be hopping into Chaos 2 and Chaos 3. For example there though, the Cyborg in Chaos 2. The Cyborg will disable any ground traps, auras, and nodes, so your choices there are to not use ground traps, auras, or nodes, or to go with a shard like Tenacity that's going to reduce the duration of negative stun effects, making them more effective against the Cyborg enemy. Now, if you're just returning from the Trials era, so you could be at Chaos 5 or you could be at Chaos 7, depending on where you're at, if you're returning to the game from Trials, you're going to want to just continue where you left off. However, it is now, Trials is gone, it's now called Expeditions, and you can pick whatever map you want. So we got the main maps here throughout. It's no longer limited to a set pool per Chaos tier. You can pick any map, any tier. So cool. Gotta love it. So if you're coming back from Trials, the main thing that has changed is Expeditions are now... They're the new Trials, and Trials are long gone, but Expeditions allow us to pick any map, making it completely awesome. Once again, you're going to want to focus on your mods as well. Look through your gear and your heroes. If you're in Chaos 7 gear, you're in the max stat gear, but you're going to want to look through the mods. And look through your armor pieces and weapons and make sure you have the stats you're looking for, as things have changed since the Trials days. So hopefully this helps everyone get a general direction of where they should go next in the Protean Shift era of Dungeon Defenders 2 for all of you returning players. On that same note, so stoked to see you all coming back to the game. I've seen a whole lot of names popping up recently that I haven't seen in several years, and it's just awesome to have you all return into the world of DD2. So thank you once again, and I will see you soon. Take it easy.